This is Scott Russell with the Collector Connection. Wanted to take a few minutes to talk to everybody about our upcoming pre-war auction. It's the only pre-World War II auction in the business. We run it twice a year, once in the spring and once in the fall. Obviously, the spring is coming up. Wanted to share with you a couple of the amazing items that we've had consigned, and then do an SGC unboxing of about 100 single cards that have just come back for that auction. I'm going to start you off with the 1933 Gaudi complete set, which is the first time we've had one of those. It is a lower grade set. You can see here we have a lot of raw singles. There are a wide variety of grades. You see, the number 1 Bengo is really rough. Number 2 Dazzy Vance, there's about a dozen and a half or so cards with the ad cut off the bottom, as you can see there on the Vance. Although most of them are commons, most of them aren't Hall of Famers like Vance. And then there are beaters like the Ted Lyons card there. But then as you flip through the set, you see there are actually a lot of decent cards in the set as well, including some of the Hall of Famers. A decent looking Al Simmons there. Then, on top of that, we have a nice selection of graded Hall of Famers as well. There's 10 graded Hall of Famers. Actually, I think there's 11. I think there's a Carl Hubble that didn't make the stack. But again, they're mostly lower grade, although very presentable for the grade for the most part. I'd like to pay particular attention to the Hack Wilson card. It is graded a 1, but it is a very nice 1. And most of the time, with the cards in this set that are graded 1s, they have back damage. And that one actually has a clean back. So you get a pretty nice Hack Wilson rookie. And you see I included Wes Ferrell. That's my little protest because the wrong Ferrell brother is in the Hall of Fame. Wes is not in, Rick is in, and Wes was a much better player. Probably even a better hitter than his brother, even though he was a pitcher. Finally, we are going to sell the Ruths and the Gehrigs separate from the set, but they'll follow the rest of the set immediately in the auction. So if you wanted to get the whole thing together, it would be real easy. You don't have to hunt all over the auction for it. Again, they are low grade. For the Gehrig, the Ruths are all 1s. One of the Gehrig is a 1. One of them is a 2 with really nice color, though, this one here. And again, a clean back on it as well. So a really nice 2 on the number 160 Gehrig. So there you go. That's our first ever 1933 Gaudi set. You'll be able to buy all of it except for the 6 cards in one lot, and then the 6 cards will follow immediately after it. And I just wanted to give you a close-up again of some of the raw cards and sheets here. Very nice Goose Goslin. Marinville. So all the big names are here. Pretty nice looking Mel Ott. Trying to read them upside down here. A very nice looking Leo DeRocher. So all in all, definitely an entry level set, but not every day you see a complete set of 33 Gaudi. And right now, we're going to talk about the 1934 Gaudi set. Okay, as you can see, it is definitely a lower grade set, but it is very mixed grade. You have, card number 1, the Jimmy Fox card is really rough. The Mickey Cochran right next to it's pretty tough, but then Charlie Grimm's not bad, DeRocher's not bad. Chuck Klein's not half bad. So there's a wide range of grades in the set, but it is a lower grade set overall. Pay special attention to the incredibly rare mustache and goatee version of the Lou Gehrig card. You don't see that every day. I'm assuming some kid in 1934 wasn't a Yankee fan and decided to deface Mr. Gehrig, but there he is. And then there are a few graded cards in the set as well. Some commons, and again, lower grade. They present nicely, but they're 1s and 2s. The other Gehrig, luckily, is not drawn on. It's a PSA 1, but again, not the worst one you've ever seen. And then the Dizzy Dean and the Charlie Gehringer are also graded. So all in all, this is going to be sold as a complete set. Nothing is going to be broken, and it'll be at the front of our pre-war auction coming in May. Okay, so it is not a complete set. It is 468 of the 520 or 524, depending on how insane you want to get with the set. And it is lower grade. You'll see lots of trimmed cards. There are a nice selection of graded cards, and the best of the cards in the set are about VG, but it certainly averages a poor fare. But it is a great chance to put 468 of the cards together at one time. We are not breaking this down. We are selling this as a near set, which is the first time we've done that. So with the Southern Leaguers, again, they're lower grade. You have some authentics for trimming and some, heavily damaged. But the Ed Reagan isn't bad, and there are a number of old millback Southern Leaguers in the raw as well as in the graded. And then your Hall of Famer selection over here, we do have Hugh Jennings. I know there's Walter Johnson, Nap Lajoie. So some of the bigger Hall of Famers are included and graded. And then everybody's favorite non-Hall of Famer, Hal Chase. We do have the pink portrait graded. And I believe all the other Hal Chases are in the set. And then again, if you look at the set, we're going to flip through the pages here. There's a wide range of grades. Now, don't get too excited when you see one that looks this, super nice from the front, because there's usually a back damage. Well, that one's going to make a liar out of me. So that's actually a pretty nice looking card there. That's Ames, New York. Pretty clean front and back on that one. Right next to a card that's missing half the front. So it is a wide range of grades. Again, you see there are a couple of skinned cards along the way. There are a number of trimmed cards. You can tell some of them real easily. But, you've got some of your big Hall of Famers. And finally, I wanted to flip to the very last page here. We'll just kind of push everybody aside. It does have 2 of the 3 Cy Youngs, obviously heavily trimmed. The entire borders have been removed from 3 sides. But it is the portrait and the throwing Cy Young, which are 2 of the bigger cards in the set. I will say there are no Cobbs in the set. So that is the bad news. But still, 468, including dozens of Hall of Fame, Southern Leaguers, and other big cards like chase cards. In addition to the raw cards that you saw on the pages, there are over 30 graded commons as well. And again, you're going to see lots of authentics and 1s, but there are some 2s, and I believe there's even, here's a 2.5 right here on the end, and I believe there's even a 3 or 2 mixed in. So some nice cards. And again, 468 different cards out of the T206 set all in one lot.